It is difficult to imagine that on this site of these new office buildings were mooring dolphins used by landing craft in the Second World War. On the other side of the building is the Platform Tavern and Canute Road, where photos show landing craft were loaded on D-Day 1944. However, we are lucky to have colour film of His Majesty's Canadian Navy landing craft leaving the Hard outside the Platform Tavern to join Operation Neptune and cross the Channel to Normandy. Canadian Landing Craft Infantry Large 263 was delivered under terms of the Lend-Lease Act, and on D-Day she was commanded by Lieutenant John B. Bede Shaw of the Royal Canadian Navy Volunteer Reserve, in command as part of the Royal Navy Flotilla 262. She went on to see service with the French Navy and was sunk by a mine in 1953. The other craft is Landing Craft Infantry Large 299, built in the USA and transferred to the Royal Navy on completion and transferred to the Royal Canadian Navy on the 29th of January 1944. She was commanded on D-Day by Lieutenant William Bruce McGregor of the Royal Canadian Navy Volunteer Reserve. An iconic photograph taken by Royal Canadian Navy Lieutenant Gilbert Milne at Juno Beach on the morning of D-Day appeared in many books, publications, magazines and posters, incorrectly identifying the unit on board as either the Highland Light Infantry of Canada or the North Nova Scotia Highlanders. An oil painting in the City Hall of Berny-sur-Mer, based on the photograph, wrongly identified the soldiers as being from the Regiment de la Chaudière. They are in fact soldiers of the Stormont, Dundas and Glengarry Highlanders. The modern-day film shows the water in front of the Platform Tavern, with the town quay on the right and the Queen Mary II berthed in the Royal Terminal on the very left. The two landing craft are making their way to the River Test and the Solent to join the convoy bound for Normandy.